I am set up. Just bear with me 2 seconds. I never know whether it started or not. I do wait until it pops up on my screen on my laptop, just to the right of me. So before I do introductions and stuff like that, I'll just kind of wait a minute, and we'll take it from there. Oh, look at it, it's popped up straight away today. Lovely jubbly. Right. See, it hasn't quite kicked in yet, which is always a little bit frustrating. It's always a little bit behind, so let's just wait for it to kind of... Oh God, I don't even know how behind this is. So bear with, let me just remove this nice little bit of board that I've got, that I've been using to protect my cutting mat. Gone is the fancy stuff, we're not using that for the minute. I love how it's my live and I have to watch an ad before I can actually go on it. That's ridiculous. So bear with. Oh God. Do you hands up if you're in the chat and you remember a time where we didn't have ads? God, it was lovely, wasn't it? Right, let's just put that up there like that. That goes about there. Can we see? Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're there. That's fine. Skip. Jesus Christ. Right, so hello, my name's Rob and this is Cattle Rabbit Scale Model Studios. And those that know me know I love kit bashing. I love my Dark Angels and stuff like that. So what I thought I would do on this really rainy Tuesday evening here in the UK that we've got, just pull the blind down a little bit. That's a bit of a suspect sound. Is I would do a bit of a kit bash. Now, what I will do, and I'll tell you the way this is kind of going to go. Obviously, look, you know, the UK, if things are really, really like expensive at the moment, it's a steep old place to live. So I've taken on a little bit of extra work on a Saturday. So obviously, I don't get the time in the evenings because I lose out on time on a Saturday. Editing's become a little bit difficult, so it's easier for me to do lives and things like that. But what I've actually got is the other day I did manage to pop on and get a little bit of time, and I built these 3 blade guard. Now, really, really cool models, and I built them up to kind of just having their like scabbards and sheaths and whatnot on the bodies. So what I would do, Mac Thunder, yes. Hello, how are you this evening? I hope you're keeping well. So obviously those that know of the channel or maybe don't, I love Dark Angels. Big Dark Angels fan. I do a lot of kit bashing. You know, I'm always mucking about with, you know, the Dark Angels and stuff like that. North Star, hi, how are you? Hope you're keeping well today. I'm always kind of mucking about with bits. Obviously, if you've seen any of my videos, you know, I really do, you know, I like a good kit bash. So the Lion's Guard, cool, brilliant. It's just a box of multi-part blade guard. It actually came with the lion. I was lucky enough to get the lion's the box that he came with, and you get the 3 dudes, which are just Deathwing. Now this is, you know, great, cool, you know, Deathwing, great color scheme, bone armor and stuff like that. I've always done. I'm also stuck in London at the moment on my way home from work, so just popping by to quick say hope stream goes well. Catch up with you later. But yes, Matt, thank you very much. Yeah, I might still be on, you never know, but thank you very much. They're cool, but they're a little bit dull, if in my opinion, of things. And obviously, if you know me, you know my channel, I like to do things a little bit differently. Why is that? That's because I don't really adhere to the law or anything like that. I'm not worried about having legal kind of, you know, miniatures, because I don't really play the game. These just look very pretty on the shelf. So we've got 3 of them, and obviously in my head, you know, the cogs start turning. So I thought, well, he's the lion, he oversees the Dark Angels in its entirety, you know, so why don't we do this? Why don't we do a Deathwing? Why don't we do a Dark Angel? And then why don't we do a Raven Wing? Now, I know a lot of people are like, ooh. Now, I haven't done much Raven Wing, but I thought kind of like the 3 kind of corners, if you will, of the Dark Angels. I think that would be a really, really cool thing. I also paint the 5th company, so you've got the black, the white, and the bone, the dark green for the, you know, the 5th company markings. So to me, it just makes sense to do this, almost like his Lion's Guard is hand-picked, the best of the best swordsmen from each part of the Dark Angels, and they've come together as a little trio to make his, you know, kind of entourage, if you will. So I think that's what I'm going to do and what I've got my heart set on. Again, I'm not too worried about lore accurate stuff and things like that. It never bothers me, so I'm not really going to worry about all that type of stuff. But I think that's definitely what I will be doing in this instance. So the way it's going to go, I can either let chat decide which, you know, body I do, and then what, you know, part of the Dark Angels do, or we can do it on a dice. So this also got to have been cursors. That's very weird. I did an infiltrator. I was going to do some infiltrators the other day. I painted up one. I should have 4 left on a sprue somewhere. Do you think I could find them? Absolutely not. But I like the idea of, you know, Ravenwing having kind of like infiltrators and cursors and stuff like that, because they're sneaky. You know, they're sneaking around. I'll actually, he's on the shelf. I'll go and get my one that I did. I really, really liked how he turned out. I did him a slightly darker colour, and I actually think he looks pretty cool. He is just there. Let me just give him a cheeky little dust, just so we can see it. I have a bad habit of leaving my cabinet door open. But that is that's my Ravenwing infiltrator. I actually did him the highlights that I do my Dark Angels, so it does tie in with the you know, the rest of the army quite nicely. Obviously did him as a knight with the little thing. I thought he turned out great. I really, you know, really liked him, and I like the idea of having like a seconded, you know, successor chapters in roles. I've done heavy intercessors as Angels of Redemption, you know, so I like that. I think that's cool. All of my Phobos favorites. See, that's what I'm going to be doing. The Phobos stuff, it just makes sense. You know, he's got the fifth company markings on him. You know, I've kept the gaudy red gun casing, which, you know, whatever. But I like him. I think it's quite cool. So, you know, I'm going to be doing that, I think. So why don't we do this? So we'll do it on a D6. I've got the bodies here. And we'll do obviously a 1 to 2, a 3 to 4, and a 5 to 6 to pick which body we get. So let's go. So number 1, so we're going to use this guy. And then let's do for Dark Angels 1 to 2. We'll do Deathwing 3 to 4. And we'll do... my mic's not scratchy. I actually use my phone, so I do apologise if the quality is a little bit kind of poor. That's just bugbears of being quite a small YouTuber with not the best equipment, shall we say. Let me move it back a little bit, and let's see how that is. Sorry, 1 to 2 Dark Angels, 3 to 4 Deathwing, 5 to 6 Ravenwing. Let's do that. Risen. See, the original plan for the Lions Guard was to do them in very traditional 30k colours, you know, black with the silver trim and the red. I thought that would look really, really nice. However, I didn't want it to stand out too directly from the rest of my army, and I struggled to kind of know if that would tie in a little bit. So I think for the minute, I'm just going to do this. I can always do more of these guys anyway. It doesn't really matter too much. And that way I can always do companions as Risen, or, well, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so we'll do that. So what did I say? 1 to 2 Dark Angels, 3 to 4 Deathwing, 5 to 6 Ravenwing. So let's see what we get, and then we'll... So 1 to 2, we're doing normal Dark Angels with this guy. That just means I'm only going to do this one guy today. In the next couple of ones, I'll either do Deathwing or Ravenwing. So let's have a look and see what we can kind of do with this guy. So straight away, I've got, and I always do keep on hand, loads of bits. These sit just next to me because I'm always dipping in and out of these. What head is that there? Can I just... Wow, look at that. That's a nice one. Poor Balthazar. Poor Balthazar. He really got murdered from that last live Kitbash video I did. I don't think there's much I can really say from him, so I think maybe he's not long for this world. Ravenwing. Let's get all these little guys out. Look at these. Look at these little traditional ones. They're so diddy now. Look how small they are. Wow. They don't even come up to the shoulders. That's awful. God bless the firstborn. They've served well. They've served well. Let's get these out of here and let's have a look. So, I think with a traditional Dark Angel, I think it's probably best that we keep it sword and shield. I think that's quite, you know, like Dark Angels through and through. But let's pick a pose, let's pick something, and let's see what we can come up with. Now, I do have some rather cool Deathwing shields here. That's a maybe. One thing I kind of was keen to talk about when I do stuff like this is when I pick bits and how I do it. I tend to pick a couple of like variants out just so I can kind of, you know, kind of get ideas. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, you know, I'm all right with pinning stuff and I'm no slouch in that kind of way. But I do think sometimes, see, I think a mace is going to be great for when I do Deathwing. So that's definitely, got to remember I've got that. Or a mace of abs. Oh wow, I could do the flail really. Okay, right. Things are ticking over. Let's. I'm getting excited now. We've got some cool ideas. Now that's cool, but obviously that's got the Deathwing thing on, which is a little bit poopy pants. Because if that was just a little dangly Dark Angel symbol, we might have got away with that. I don't think I'm going to use that one. Now, we need obviously 2 arms, so shield wise, let's have a look at what we've got on the actual sprue. Now, I'm tempted for this guy to do just the cloth. I really like that, him wiping the blade arm, and I wanted to do like a Dark Angel's transfer on it. I think that would look quite neat, but can we make the rest of this guy look different enough to justify? That's going to be my issue, is that, you know, is he just going to be a blade guard painted green? The other thing, which is to take into consideration how well this kit's been designed, because if I don't have to use these ones, I probably wouldn't, but we might have to come up with something if I can't find another shield. So let's see what we've got here. Now, he will probably need his gun holstered, so that's going to be that bit there mainly. So we need shoulder pads, we need to jazz up that backpack. We need someone to be a bit of a standard bearer. I like my banners, as you all know. I love back banners. Well, I was just looking at that, and I think I've got some smaller of the dangly bits on there. I do quite like this one because it's actually got the scroll on the bottom, so I can actually do some writing on that, which might be quite nice. However, let's see which way the wind takes us for the minute. I don't want to commit to anything just yet, as I kind of like to get a little bit of... I've got a whole tray of bits here. Oh my goodness. So let's see what we've got. Now, obviously the Veterans kit, we've got some very cool black banners. RGB Miniatures evening. Good evening, sir. How are you? Which would be cool, I think. I also like these. These are, I think they were cloths for the veteran, but they go perfectly on Primaris shoulder pads. So we can actually dress him up a little bit to make him look a little bit fancier, which is a nice touch, I think. He is going to need his backpack because of his halo, but I'm wondering if I can mount that halo on top of the banner, or would that look too ridiculous? Let's see how things start to pan out. I'm not going to be using anything from the Knights kit because I want to build the Knights anyway. having said that, we do have some very cool... I wonder if... It's a shame. I bet them Terminator, those Night Terminator helmets would look... Oh, I know what I've got. Right, don't worry about the head. I've sorted it. Let's get rid of all these bits. I know exactly what I'm going to do for the head. There is a halo on a banner in the standard Terminators kit. Is there? Okay, bear with. I've got that here. There is no banner on the Terminator kit. Is this the one you mean? Just the normal Terminator? This is the new one though, not the old one. This is the new Terminator kit. There doesn't seem to be a banner with this, so it might be the older one. Yeah, I don't have that one. I did, but I don't have it. For those that are joining us, what we did, we rolled a dice. I'm going to do Blade Guard, one in Deathwing, one in Ravenwing, one in Dark Angels colours. I rolled this body and Dark Angels. So today we're theming it Dark Angels-esque. Now I do like that sword. I like the way it kind of, you know, he's got it into the ground. Could that be quite cool? That's a maybe. That's a maybe. We've also got the cool tilt plate there, and then we could just have him pointing his gun maybe. Okay, that's an option. That's an option. I'm not going to worry too much about Ravenwing stuff for the minute. That's an old one. That's an old one. That's Veterans. We're not going to worry about that. They're Eliminators. What are these? Now, we could give him the big old fancy headdress. However, my captain has that, and I'm a little bit skeptical about doing two the same. So I might give that one a little pass. We'll put him on the maybe pile. We'll put him over here. That could look very cool. Right, sorry. Ravenwing. The upgrade sprue. So we've got some cool shoulder pads here, which might look good. And then we do have some pretty cool knightly helmets. I'm not going to worry about that because I might come back to that. We also have some... Oh, I see I could do them with the sword up in the air. That could look kind of cool. The new upgrade sprue and the Veterans kit, the old one, has really good hooded helmets. The thing is with the new one, you only get about 3. You get 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Sorry, you get 5 just here. That guy's not got a helmet. He's only got the rebreather, which is a bit of a shame. So it's really 4 solid ones. Those two are identical. So you've actually only really got 3 choices plus that one guy. Okay, not the end of the world. We can... We might be able to work with that. Not worry about that bit. That's the other one. Right, let's have a look at this just here. Let's pop that down there. This is always like I try and get this across in a lot of my videos and stuff like that. Book on the shield. Sorry, what was, you can clip the crap. What's a BGV shield? Oh, Blade Guard Veteran Shield, and use the book on the shield. It fits. So I saw someone recently, and what they'd done is they'd filed the Blade Guard shield completely flat, and they had mounted like this piece on it, which looked great, but it did stick out quite a bit. And I did kind of consider that, and I thought about it since I saw it. I think the guy did it for Blood Angels. Don't get me wrong, it looked good, but for just my taste, it just seemed to stick out just a bit too much. And I don't know. I don't know if it tickles me where it should. See, this has got some cool hooded helmets. It's also got a cool Firstborn one. And those that know me know I like to mix and match my Firstborn stuff. I do enjoy that quite a bit, actually. Again, we've got some cool banners. Might be nice to do. Okay. Now, the other thing I was looking at is this shield here. However, I did give my Deathwing Terminator Captain a shield, so I might keep this for when I do... Or I could swap that for the Deathwing one, couldn't I? Okay. Okay. So, what I could do is yeah, shoot over some pictures. I won't be able to look at them now because obviously I'm on the thing, but I'll definitely have a goosey at them. If you're ever doing work, shoot it over to me on Facebook. Always enjoy seeing people's work. But that could be kind of cool, that shield there. And then I could have him with the gun holstered, and then maybe he's got his arm pointing up with his sword. The nice thing about this guy is he's kind of got the dynamic pose where he looks like he's kind of lunging. So I think with the arm going up this way, that could look quite cool. So let's. The nice thing about this as well is it's kind of cut off here. So we can, I put in a second bit of blade guards and new and old plus some Etsy bits. I'm never going to finish this. My line is. They've got some great bits. You've got some great kits there. I haven't got Inner Circle companions myself. I will pick them up eventually. Blade guard, nice. I used the Dark Angels veteran kit, the old one with the diddy little people. I mean, look at the comparison for these guys. Is you can just see the size, you know, if we line them up there, just how small these Firstborn ones are. You know, they are tiny. That's dead lined up with the bottom of the feet there. You know, there is such a difference. I mean, he comes up to his chest. But this is a great kit. I really love this kit. I always say really nice things about it, and I stand by it. So let's go. Let's unclip this bit, because there's no harm in a little unclipping. Let's have a little look. Where have I put? Oh, there we go. And let's see how this kind of goes. Where have I just put that? Oh my God, Rob, wake up! What are you doing? Is it there? No. Oh my God, I think I'm losing the plot already. We're like, oh God, it's there. What a dingbat. Right. Okie doke. So let's have a look. Because this has got the fancy Dark Angel symbol on. This could look quite cool. Do you have the? I don't have some Inner Circle companions. Although the bits are cool, like especially from the sword wise, it's just the leftover variant side of things. They are good, but I do believe there are better kits out there for like having bits left over or just dedicated. It's because it's only obviously building the variants, so you're left with the bits you didn't use. I think I will. I'm in two minds about what to do now. Over Christmas, I normally do like a bigger project. Obviously, this year, I should say last year, I did a Dreadnought, which was quite cool, converted up to Dreadnought. Turned out really well. However, I haven't got any like big heavy artillery on the shelf, so I was thinking of maybe getting like an Executioner. And do you know, like the Sisters of Battle, it's almost like a moving shrine. When you look at like Samael's kind of for the Raven Wing. It's like his little, I don't know, boat thing that flies. It looks like it's obviously like it's almost like a moving shrine. I'd love to do that for Dark Angels because the Raven Wing upgrade sprue's got some really good chunky bits that I think I could kind of make, you know, with just some candles dotted around. I think it could look really like knightly gothic for the Dark Angels. So I've definitely got my eye on that. However, I would love to do a companion one as well because they are. I still don't have Asmodee either. I will pick him up eventually. Obviously, at the moment, I'm not really purchasing much, just because I've taken on extra work actually on a Saturday, just because things are getting a bit tight here at home, especially with the cost of living crisis in the UK. So I've kind of just, you know, at the minute, Warhammer's a bit of a luxury. It's not something that I necessarily need to keep my house in order or running, especially with 2 young kids. You know, and I work, my wife works, so Warhammer will take a bit of a backseat for the minute. I'll carry on doing the lives and just using what I've got. I find that's the easiest way to kind of do it. And then when I'm feeling a bit more flush, I will definitely pick them up. But I will definitely be picking up a little bit of a kit to do over at Christmas, as I do really enjoy a big Christmas project. Right, remember this one. I'm going to put this one on the top because I think I might use some more parts off of it. So let me just pop that there. Let's see if we've got a cool... There it is. Something like that with the sword up in the air. Now, I would have liked the sword to be more kind of thrusting upwards, like this one. Yeah, I think so, like that. Let's go for this one. Let's go for this one. See, the nice thing about doing stuff like is you having one evening, good. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Is, again, because I don't have to adhere to like rules or legal miniatures, I'm already kind of getting like, you know, little tickly ideas. Like I think definitely for the Death Guard guy, Death Guard, I keep saying that, Death Wing, I'm going to give him a mace, or I might give him the flail. I think that would look wicked because it's just a power weapon, isn't it now, I believe, on the Space Marine profiles. However, the Raven Wing guy, I could do it like, I think something like that is going to look good. I think that's about right for the pose. No, Alex, no, don't do this. No, Alex, please. No, you did that the other day, and that's ridiculous. Stop it. It's really appreciated, but please don't. Honestly, just if anyone wants to help support my channel or what I do, it's not even views, it's watched hours. Like, go to the toilet and put a playlist on, and just leave it on. That's the way. A lot of people don't realise with YouTube, it's not views that count, it's watched hours. So if you want to help me out, just, I don't know, stick my stuff on and go to work, or just leave it on. That's the best way. Tell a friend about me. It is, you know, is the best way to kind of help support me. I find, you know, spread the word. Everyone will watch a little bit. It helps out, you know. So it's definitely, you know, what I would consider a more sustainable way. So no, absolutely don't. You know, it's very kindly received, but it's very much appreciated. Take a bald bare head and sculpt some long hair. Do it like lion hair. Well, in actual fact, North Star, I don't even need to do that. No, Alex, honestly, it's really, really kind of you. It's really, really appreciative. But like, please, you don't have to. It's incredibly kind. I never know what to say when people do stuff like this. You know, it helps me out greatly. It helps the channel out. Helps me buy stuff, like bits and stuff. I mean, bits aren't cheap. We all know that, even on eBay. But you know, if you want to just stick on a couple of videos, like that's definitely the way to go. Or like I said, just tell a friend about me. You're gentleman and an absolute scholar. Very kind of you, sir. Very much appreciated. Right. Before I move on, I'm going to show people what I mean, because just here, now I don't talk about 3D printing a lot because a couple of reasons. Not everyone likes it. Sometimes the bits I find can be a little bit not up to the standard that I would expect. And there's so many out there. Where do you go to get bits? Now, to me, obviously, if we're going to be doing Blade Guard, we're going to be doing either winged helmets, which I have here. Now, these are from a company called Archie's Forge. Hope we can all see them quite clearly. They look great. I always thought they were a little bit just too big for the normal intercessor, but for Blade Guard, they are perfect. So I think we're going to go with a winged helmet from these guys. I think that's definitely the way to go. Let's find a shield arm so we can add this in. I also have. I had a pack of little tiny heads as well somewhere. And there is one that looks just like the lion. But the question is, what have I done with it? Dark Angels, Dark Angels. Isopropanol wipes. Dice. Okay. I'm going to have to dig that out because I think that might be I don't know actually, because I could go for hooded helmets. Let's go with these for the minute. Oh, I wonder if I popped them in here. Oh yeah, I did. Look. You've kind of got that, this cool little like gruff bearded guy. You've got this one here that kind of looks a little bit like, well, I won't worry about the backpack for the minute. One, that will stand pretty clear because of the way the helmets have been designed. We've got nice clearance on that, but also that's coming off and I'll probably give this guy a banner. So don't worry too much about that. Let me worry about the composition. There's this one. This is him. This is basically like a little mini lion. Like, how cool is that? Hope we can see that. You know, I think that's quite cool. And there is one in here that I do want to show you guys. Although I probably won't use him. I had intended to do something else with him ages ago, and I never got round to it. There's another long-haired one. Backwards and not sideways. Yes, yes, yeah, absolutely. I do wish, for as good as a plethora of bits that I find the Dark Angels have, one thing I find is that trying to get winged helmets is just... there it is. What does that look like? That's a Captain Titus one there. It looks spitting image of the guy. Again, this was from Archie's Forge. Really, really cool heads. I find that like a decent winged helmet, apart from like, you know, the old Balthasar model, we don't get many cool winged helmets like that. It's very frustrating, I must say. Well, that's it. I mean, I think with it, I mean, I don't have a bareheaded... I know my captain, Tellalai, has his helmet off. I think there might be one or two that I've done in the past. I tend to give them hoods, minimum hoods, because I think that one is, you know, like minimum hoods, definitely for what we're going for. Let's pop these over here. So I like this. I like this. I definitely like that. That's going to be, we're going to work on that. Now the hands, I think, yeah, they're all the same fitting, so it doesn't actually matter which one I do. So we could kind of do this hand with that on it. What other choices do we have for shields? We've got pointing finger. That's facing inwards. That could be quite a good one. No. Was there another sprue for these guys? Yep. We have a cavil. We have a cavil. That could be a good one because the hand goes outwards. So I think we could probably go with that. I would have liked his kind of shield arm to be a bit more dropped. So obviously looking for one with a bit more of a bend in it like that. We can tell how dropped it is by the angle of now I think that one pips it a little bit, but it does, you know, like he's raising his sword in victory. However, I don't think that, because the arm kind of bends inwards and I don't want the shield covering the detail. So I think with the sword arm, I think we'll probably go for this one. I quite like this. Let's unclip it and see how it goes. Who in the chat at the moment has picked up Space Marine 2, can I ask? I'm very tempted to kind of stick it on my Christmas list. More importantly, do you think it's still going to be as popular at Christmas, especially like the multiplayer? I know games these days tend to die off quite quickly. The hype fades. You know, is it kind of being supported quite well? Is it, you know, can you see longevity in it? I don't really play many games these days. So I think it would have to be something that I really had a bit of and then let's see, with the sword upwards like this. Or down like that. What do we think, chat? Sword up or down? Let me just quickly attach this and let's see what we can do it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to explain it as I go. One thing I do like doing when I do these Kitbash stuff, if you're new to kitbashing, there's going to be a few tips in here for you. Just how I do things, and that it's definitely so let's just, and then I want to just remove this bit here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my blade really, really flat. And I'm just going to push it in with my thumb until it slices off that little peg. Obviously that's for one of the old Terminators, I believe, but no one's going to see it. No one's going to know. The old Terminator and Primaris is kind of the same scale now anyway, isn't it? Like we're not creeped up that much. You have to convert an arm either way for that shield. You can use a firstborn arm. Yeah, my issue with the firstborn arms is that I find that they're a bit, not that they don't hold in length, but they're just a bit thinner. And because this one has the cool gauntlets on, I'm keen to use these. We'll see how this goes first, because obviously the sword is kind of it's curled round, so I think we might be all right. Like there, and it kind of lines up quite nicely, to be fair, actually. Where's the file? So let's just file this down. And we'll see if we can get a nice flat finish on it. I think it will look all right, to be fair. I want to kind of keep the same gauntlets either side. I don't want the arms to look a little bit odd. So I think for the arms, I'm going to try and use the blade guard stuff, unless I can definitely get away with it and it not be. So let's just pop that there. Yeah, I think that will work. We can always kind of do the arm. Have we made a decision with the arm? Should we have the arm up or the arm down and have the sword? The Dark Angel Portraits of Court. I did find that the one thing I did, which was a really, really cool tip, which I actually did on one of the first ones, is if you get something like, I'm sure I've got some in here. Right, just for argument's sake, this is it's got the Crux Terminatus on. It fits perfectly over it. So Terminator pauldrons actually fit perfectly over blade guard stuff. Do you know what? Izzo having one, I'm glad you said that, because I kind of like it down and all now I've said that. Just having it kind of almost like he swiped back as opposed to like raised it up. Yeah, I think we'll go with it down. I think definitely. It's got quite an interesting pose as well. And then we'll do the head kind of looking like dead on this way. I definitely think, yeah. Okay, we're rolling now. Let's do this. Let's just go. Let's just go. I am going to pin this arm just because, well, it's just the best thing to do. If you haven't pinned before, it's really, really easy. What I do is I start by pushing the blade just into the middle of the arm, just like so, and I twist it. This is going to give me a little guide hole, as you can see just there. And then I get a pinhole, pin drill, pin vise, I don't know what they call these. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start drilling into it. Let's go lower swing. I think so. I think so, lower swing. And then what I can do afterwards, I will get all these lives together and I'll put them in one big jumbo video. That'd be amazing. I never do that enough. I did that with my Kill Team board. I had to do it in 3 parts and I sandwiched all the parts together. And I was very chuffed with myself for doing so. But I never do stuff like that. Again, just let the drill do the work when you do stuff like this. If you're new to drilling, you know, I'm not putting much pressure at all on this. You can see how much is coming out, and all I will do is I will constantly check by taking the drill out, and I put my finger where I'm at, so when I pull it out I know how much is in. That is perfect for what I want. We're then going to repeat the process just here. I am just going to take a little bit more off. I want this to be dead flat. This what do we obviously we all like the Dark Angels here. That's why we're here. I know Francis, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, Francis. You said you did some Redeemed. How do you feel about the Redeemed and the Dark Angels? Is it something that's kind of like you've had to learn to accept, or are you okay with it? You know, how does it? Are you planning on doing more Redeemed into your Dark Angels, or are you kind of like just I'll leave it there? Like I said, I originally was going to do 30k colours for the Lion's Guard, but I don't know, because if I ever do like maybe like a little Horus Heresy thing, a little squad, I don't know, I'm not really into that type of game. I would like to paint some traditional colours. Oh, this one goes in beautifully. You can tell this is older plastic because it just drills so much nicer. This is the good quality stuff. Wiggle the drill. Doesn't matter if we go in a little bit further for this guy. That's perfect. Right, now what we need is paper clips. I always keep paper clips here. I get these from work. All my work comes down with paper clips, so I steal them. It's my way of sticking it to the man. On all I do, where's my super glue? There. First thing I am going to do is the hole closed up. Obviously this is just really, really cheap super glue. Nothing special. There we go. Super glue gel. We'll poke it into the arm first, just like so. And then we'll just let it set. This won't take long at all. And like I've explained this a lot of times in my videos, it will set quite quickly, especially if you're using a gel. The main thing to do is to make sure that the paper clip is straight. So I've been doing this a while now. What I always look for, especially on Space Marines, where these arm guards are, normally there'll be a seam line if there isn't a bit of armor there, and you can actually line it up with the seam line to make sure it's completely straight like I've done there. It's really easy to do, and you do get a knack for it the more you do it. Once again, practice makes improvement. So let's just go with that. Just hold it in there. That's good enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this way longer than what I need. Again, why do we do this? Because we can take off, but we can't put back on. I would rather need to clip it down than realise that I've cut my own pin too short. And then all we're going to do, we know that we've got a little bit to play with just there. So I'm going to cut it right down to about here. And then what we'll do is we'll check it, see how far out we are with the pin. See, that pushes in. We've still got a little bit to take off there. I might actually drill that a little bit deeper, because that way we can get a little bit of wiggle room. So let's just, I'm actually rotating the drill a little bit so we kind of get a wider hole. Whee! Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. So we've got loads there. That's perfect for what we want. And then what I like to do is I'm just going to put some more super glue on this bit here. And then I'm going to get this, which is Tamiya Extra Thin. This is the liquid stuff. I'm going to pop it all on this contact piece here. So the plastic is going to bond to the plastic, and then the super glue is going to just completely with the hole, which is what we want. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to push that in there. There we go. Again, I'm just going to make sure that it's kind of up the shield. I don't want it to be kind of like drooping down, as I think that looks a little bit iffy. So I'm just going to make sure. Our questionable choice for Loyal Dark Angel, but I like the 40k colour. Black. Meditator and green. We just paint that. I see. I like. Do you know? I like I don't know enough about them, but I think like the horror series, it gets some really, really cool, interesting artillery. Don't get me wrong, like I love the Primaris stuff, and I even more love mixing and matching, like Dark Angel stuff with, like older Firstborn stuff. Like I think it really gives it a good, so like down, look at that. Oh, we're there. That looks cool. Definitely. But I love like all these tanks, like these siege cannons and that they get. There's one that's got like one big massive, almost like cannon type thing. It looks so cool. And there's one with like a bulldozer on the front with a dumpy little cannon. I don't know enough about them, I got to admit. I should really learn more. But I think they're so cool. Like I would definitely just consider getting something like that over the top and just making like a bastion type of, piece of artillery for my Dark Angels, because the nice thing is, again, it's just for my Dark Angels. I think I might just... So that shield is going to be like there. And then his arm is going to be kind of down like that. So I definitely think the arm there, we can pop that on, because that's not actually going to get in the way of painting at all. We can just use a bit of extra fin for that. And he's going to go straight on there. I think just there, downwards. Like there. So then when the sword arm's on, we're kind of looking like that. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Let's go with it. Okay, cool. Let's just make sure that is on. Because then by the time we have the winged helmet on, it's going to look good. Definitely, 100%. Quick tea break. Oh. Do let me know what everyone's doing tonight. Are you working on something? Are you playing a game? Are you watching a movie? What you got going on behind the scenes? Always like to know. Let's just take these and pop them over there. And that. We don't need that bit. I can go with that. We're going to have that. That's fine. Now, he is going to need his pistol in his holster. So let's give him that. This always kind of weirds me out this time, and I don't think a lot of people notice this about these. That the guns, if he's holding his sword in his right hand, where the holster is, what he would naturally want to do is, if you can imagine, he'll be this way and that'll be it. You'd want to reach over with your left hand to get it out, but the gun's actually the wrong way round, because if you pulled that out now, it would be the wrong way round. This handle should be poking out the other way for him to pull round if he's right-handed, but it's not. It does ag me just a little bit that I see this all the time, and they're all the bloody same. They're all going one way, which is so frustrating. Because you think if you pulled it out, it would, God, it's just one of those things. They're all identical, look, all going the wrong way. Destroy it as a cannon to deal with. You might think of the Land Raider with Siege Cannon Stormblade. See, I don't know whether just to go mad and just buy like an Executioner and then get like a load of almost like trying tank bits or something. I definitely got big plans for my little kit at Christmas that I do. Like a lot, like really a lot. But I don't know. I need to make a concrete decision about it, because I think there's a lot of cool stuff we can do. I've worked out how to form like slightly curved surfaces and flatter surfaces. So in actual fact, we could make this tank really, really iconography heavy, which I think would be really, really cool, especially with like the Raven Wing upgrade sprue, because it's got so many cool bits. So definitely I need to make a decision. So we'll see. Now, just out of curiosity, hands up if you know off the top of your head, what markings do the Blade Guard have on their right shoulder? What are they? Are they no self-pause in the 40k too heroical. Oof. Are they close support? What are they? What would the little symbol be? Or do they just always have the little Dark Angel's arrow either side? Red cross with a skull. I thought so. Okay. Elites. Yeah. Okay, nice. So I'm going to use a plain one for that side. And then I'll use a sculpted Dark Angels one on the other. I think that would look pretty cool. So I always think, so these bits go at the front, don't they? So this is his on here. That's that one. Why? Oh, he needs that glued on, doesn't he? Of course he does. to bulk it out, otherwise it won't work because they've got their chunky boys. Let's just, yeah, that goes, I believe, there, like that. However, have I just unclipped a random one, or is that the one I actually needed? No, it should have been this one, I think. Should it? I'm just now randomly unclipping pieces. Or is it that one? Huh. I think it's this one. If not, we'll unclip them all and I'll just keep them really safe, is the lie I'll tell myself. Have you thought of introducing any death guard, shoulder pads or shields? Any experience with them? What do you mean by death guard? Like Nurgle stuff with my Dark Angels? Because that's something a heretic would say. You know, I can't be dealing with. Okay, I think it's that way. Yeah, is it? Death Watch. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, phew. Do you know what? I was talking about that very thing on my live the other day. I would love to do some return Death Watch to my Dark Angels, and I think I definitely am going to. I have been chewing about the idea for a little while now. However, the problem with myself, it takes me, I doubt myself absolutely ages when I pick stuff up, and then I kind of like, or is it that one? Oh no, it's that one. That's well snug. Let's go with that. Boom. And then I kind of like, you know, one day I'll just sit down and be like, right, I'm done with all my other stuff. Let's do it. And I just kind of have to like sit here and do it. I do find lives are a bit more encouraging because I do it with people as we go along. I can't sit here and do nothing. You know, it's not really a hangout and hobby, is it? It's not really a Kitbash. So I kind of like, right, and there's his shoulder pad there. We're not going to glue the shoulder pad on just yet because I will freehand that. Let's do his other one, but I need... Where's that upgrade sprue? Oh! Right. Nope. 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 What do we got here? Nope. Nope. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. We want one of these. Now, being green, so I tell you what we will do quickly, because we've got a choice of ones there. It's got some nice scroll work, or he can just have a standard. Who should be the leader of our Blade Guard squad? Should it be the Dark Angel, the Deathwing, or the Ravenwing? I'll let you decide in chat. If you don't decide, or you can't get along with deciding, I'm using my dad voice here, I will roll the dice of destiny, and I will decide. What's the green stuff robes for Terminators? It goes really well. I've done it recently. I wish I did it sooner. There's been a few instances where I kind of really should do green stuff. Like, I do a lot of Kitbash videos, but I don't do a lot of green stuff in. Not that I can't, it's just that not everyone, it can be quite difficult sometimes, and I find some people are a little bit intimidated. And until I've kind of worked out maybe easier methods to show people that it can be a little bit easier, or maybe a way to make it easier, like you tell people to use lots of water and stuff like that, but sculpting is a completely different kettle of fish. So I kind of have refrained from doing it, because I always think that if people are watching my videos, they can then replicate it. But if, you know, I'm doing stuff that they kind of just don't know anything about, I find it can be a little bit off-putting. It's like when people go, just whip out your airbrush. And straight away, you know, the old joke is that we all click off it. But the truth is, a lot of us really do. Unless we've used an airbrush or we're confident with wanting to learn an airbrush, you know, I think for a brush painter, it becomes a little bit like intimidating. So I tend to stay clear of stuff like that. And that is why I also stay clear of it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I was looking at this. Now, there aren't... One thing I will say about this is there aren't many cool tilt plates, are there? There's one for the Deathwing there, but not... As we say in Portuguese, que bosta. Okay. Maybe... Maybe I'll just use that one, as that looks pretty decorated. But do they... I think they all go on the same. Let's go with that one. Let's give him loads of purity seals. I'll do this guy as Angel. So originally, my first initial plan was to do something called like the quartered knights. So because I do Fifth Company, I would actually quarter the miniature. So they would actually have kind of like green in this section, black on this leg, and then 2 bone ones. So they actually look like walking advertisements for Fifth Company. But I don't know. I'm not sure about it. So I think I'm going to play it safe, and I'm just going to do one of each. I might do a quartered knight. See, the nice thing is I can just do what I want. So I do find Black Templar stuff crosses over really, really well with Dark Angels, especially like the Sword Brethren or Shield Brethren. I always forget what they're called. I might pick some up and do it. The other thing I'd like to do is Genovi Black Templar Emperor's Champion. Emperor's Champion quartered in the colours of Dark Angels. I think it looks so good. So that's definitely something I've also got my eye on. So, you know, I will get round to doing it. I just haven't got round to doing it yet. And that's it. No, like Sam, it is from a perspective where I put out videos that try and kind of help people and just, like I said, I've never really been worried about numbers and stuff like that. You know, it helps out, don't get me wrong, but it's not the be all and end all. I find unless there's a way that I'm confident in going, like, okay, sit down, don't worry. If you're a beginner, watch this. If I can do it, you can do it. But if I'm not confident in doing that, I don't feel I'm confident enough to kind of put out a video to teach people on how to do something, because half the time there's probably better methods out there that maybe I'm not savvy to. So I tend to stay away from it in that regard. But, you know, green stuff, if you can green stuff, do it. Because, my God, can you make some amazing Dark Angel stuff? Absolutely. I wish I did more of it. The other thing is I'm incredibly lazy. So I tend to... I put stuff off for ages and ages and ages and ages, when really I should just be kind of like grabbing the ball by the horns. But hey ho. Right, what was I going to do? This one's cool, because we can also quarter this, so it doesn't matter. He can have some colours. He can look good. Let's just... So that will go... That'll be his little tilt plate there on that side. Yeah, I think that's cool. It adds a little bit of dynamic with the way the purity seals are kind of falling. I like that. So far, we only had one vote from Carlitos about Deathwing being the leader, and I'm going to say that now. You've got till 1:15 to make a decision. Otherwise, the Deathwing guy is going to be the leader of the Lion's Guard. That's his thing. That's his other arm. Let's have a look at the backpack, shall we? Because we are making some damn good progress. What I need to do, and I'm going to tell you now, everyone in the chat, these are the little shoulder pads that I love on YouTube where it says message redacted. I need these. So when you join me in the next ones, because I know you wouldn't leave me high and dry, and this is a free-parter, I'm going to put these, watch what I do with my hands. They're just there. So next time when I go, oh, where are the shoulder pad things? Chat can go, they're right here, Rob, just above where the clock is on your shelf. Thank you very much. That's on you now. If you forget to do that, I blame chat. It's nothing to do with me. I pass that information on. I told you to remind me. Let's. Right. I think we're good for bits now from these. Let's have a look at banners. Why not? Now then, I love doing banners. They are absolutely... I just think whenever you see Warhammer 40,000 art of armies, what have they all got? They've all got their banners hoisted, you know, even down to... I saw a clip of Space Marine 2 when he stakes the banner and he's just got his pistol and he's shooting stuff. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now then, should the leader have the banner or should the normal guy? Right, it's quarter past. Deathwing, there. Deathwing Elite's lead. Deathwing it is. This guy is just a poopy normal guy. So you get that one. Gutted. You wouldn't be saying that if Core Swain was here. Right. That's his other shoulder pad. Good. Now. Should the leader of the squad, which will be the Deathwing guy, should he also have the banner? Or should it be someone else? Because if not, we're nearly there. It inspires me to paint all my infiltrators and Angels of Redemption, or say Dark Angels top tip. I bought the companions mainly because the transfer sheet has the Angels of Redemption. Oh, they have... Now that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know they came with the transfer sheet. I've got the one that comes with the upgrade sprue, but I think that's just Dark Angels. Bear with. Let me have a super quick look. I've got... Oh, where are we? There it is. Yeah, see, this is the upgrade sprue. This is just Dark Angel stuff. There's no... Now, I didn't know that, because that's cool, because I've done some Angels of Redemptions. That's cool. Net members are angry, our Bone Porter is not Death Watch. Oh, sorry, let me just catch up with chat. That's cool. I think that's sold me on getting companions if you get the transfers. Love it. That's good to know. Thanks for letting me know. The leader, Azrael, has banner. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning to. Let him have his green armor, bone pauldrons, if not one Death Watch. He could be detached from the inner Dark Angels to lead the squad. Black and red robes, no banner. I don't know. I quite like doing the dark purple robes at the moment. A big fan of that. Normal guy for having the banner. Okay, so we've got some votes for leader having the banner or normal guy having the banner. Knights have to transfer sheet 2 with the Angels of Redemptions. See, I got the Knights I got in the Deathwing box with Belial, this like the army box, and it just had 2 of those ones. It didn't have that. That's what I got, because that's the writing that you can put on their shields and that. There aren't any Angels of Redemption. There's Ravenwing, there's Deathwing, there's normal Dark Angels, but there isn't any. There's none of the good stuff. So I think it might be a different transfer sheet that you might have. So definitely, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, Sam, if you wouldn't mind, shoot me over some pictures of it. That would be quite cool, because I'm pretty sure it's not this one. And this is the one you got 2 of these with the Deathwing box, and that's it. Don't get me wrong; these ones are good, but they don't give you enough of the infantry ones, which is a bit of a shame. But obviously it's an upgrade, so it's supposed to be used as well as, so it might be slightly different, so worth noting. Right, banner. What are we doing? Are we giving this guy a banner or not? Because at the moment it stands, he's going to be looking like this with his little is it called? It is called an iron halo, isn't it? Iron halo, which is the one that gives him his run. Oh, that's cool. Right, I'm gonna have to. If anyone's got a picture of this, do me a favor, shoot me a picture. I'd love to know what you get on there exactly, because, and I mean because, again, let me just give it a super quick dust. I have a seconded squad of Angels of Redemptions for heavy intercessors. So it's just one of the many things I think are very cool. They look very cool. So I've got, this would be great if I could actually put proper markings on them. I think that would be wicked. Let me know if someone can shoot me a picture of that. That would be absolutely amazing. And I will definitely pick up some companions when I'm a bit more flush with the old moolah. That's also very, very, very cool to know. I never knew that. Thank you very much. Banner, yes, no, yes, or normal guy. You've got 2 minutes. You've got till 22 to make a decision. I think he's going to look great. I can't remember the name of the site right now, but they're not allowed to use GW names, so they call them by other names. Some nice decal sheets. Alex, if you've got a link to that and you've got me on Instagram or Facebook, shoot them over to me. I'd love to see. 100%. See, I think him kind of looking up like that. Oh, Sam, you're an absolute star. Thank you very much. I will look at that as soon as I'm off of this. He's going to look great. 100%. I'm tempted just to tack the arm on ever so gently. Should I? Just so we can see what it's looking like. I'd like to put his little pistol on as well, but maybe just, I don't know actually. If I did put it on, I think I could get around that and paint it. So let's pop it on, shall we? No, don't worry. I'll be able to get the gist of it. Always like seeing someone using their transfer sheets. I got to admit, when I did Imperial Fists, I bought loads of upgrade sprues and I never used them because I was always like, I don't want to, a little bit stingy with it. Ever since I've been doing Dark Angels and I kitbashed my first one, I was like, nah, man, these guys look too cool. Everything's getting kitbashed, everything, and it has done, and I'm very much here for it. What I am going to do is let me grab some blue tack and let's have a little look at how everything's sitting. So if we pop this on, just push that in there like that. So this will be that arm. A bit more. Let's pop this one here. I don't think we need that much. So what I do is I keep a little bit of blue tack always just on the side here, because obviously I work in sub-assemblies. I find it a lot easier. The miniature lasts a little bit longer and all, and I've kind of never been in that process of just getting stuff done. I'm never in a rush to get stuff painted because I don't ever have to be, which is what I would like to say nicer problems to have. Sure, I've got a few projects on the side here that are waiting for paint still, but it's a lot easier than rushing to get stuff done. But I always like to tack stuff together. I do find it helps me kind of see where I am with it, and I would definitely advise anyone that does kit bashing, get a little bit of blue tack if you haven't, so that way you can kind of see where you are with stuff. This is really, really cheap white tack from my local kind of discount store. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like there's a bit much there, so we can take a bit away. But it's definitely, if you are kit bashing, it's definitely get yourself some blue tack. And that way as well, we can adjust the pose as we want to. Guardians of the Covenant. Oh, nice. I'm not sure which ones they are. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Because I'm never 3 feet away from a Dark Angels book. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look at successes, shall we? Da -da, na, 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 na. They're here somewhere. I don't know where they are in the book. Ah, there we go. Right, so Guardians of the Covenant. So they are the kind of silvery ones just here. Oh, they're quite nice. Are they supposed to be silver or grey? My eyes are awful. True fact, I am blind in one eye. Or nearly, shall we say. The vision's awful. I can see about, Jesus Christ, about 12 inches in front of me, and that's it. Guardians of the Covenant. Near the western rim. The Imperial banners, armour and vehicles are covered in spidery handwritten text extracted from the pages of tomes held sacred by the Space Marines. Cool. I like them. I like that symbol. That's good. But yeah, there's the Angels of Redemptions. Very nice. I think I'll definitely have to pick some of those up at a later date. Love them. I like Blades of Vengeance. I think they look pretty cool. Disciples of Caliban. They're also... I really, really like these guys. Consecrators are good. I think they've got a cool colour scheme. Penitent Blades. They're quite interesting. They're nice. I actually think we've got... See, look, the Angels of Defiance. See how they're quartered? But imagine that if that was just green that side. It would look like the Fifth Company. That would be so cool. That's cool. I like that. Right. Where were we? Blue tack. We were blue tacking. So let me just stick a little bit here. Just as I concentrate. As you can see, we're looking pretty cool. The head. I think we'll have him looking slightly up. I'll just put that there. So we'll have him kind of like there. Like that. Or maybe up a bit more. I mean, that looks pretty smart, to be fair. And then with the backpack on, which I'll just... Let me just grab a bit more here. I'll put my Punai brain in the hands of Asmodai. We will have an answer. Again, Asmodai. I know a lot of people didn't like the Asmodai model. I thought Asmodai looked great. I was just excited for new kits. I think my outlook's kind of changed a lot because I'm not like, oh, well, on the tabletop, it doesn't matter. Because I look at the individual bits about like what I can do with them. So it's not always like, oh, well, you know, Asmodai. It's just more Dark Angels bits. And how do we feel about that? I think he looks pretty cool, in all honesty. I'm quite chuffed. I think that looks pretty good for our first Dark Angels Blade Guard guy. How are we all feeling with that? You know, it's subtle. When you think about it, we actually haven't changed too many bits. He's got, all right, a 3D printed head. He's got a shoulder pad. He's got the shield arm. And that's really it. We haven't done too much to this guy. Because I haven't glued the little front bit on, which he obviously would have here. But that's, you know, that's not the end of the world. I can kind of just unclip that now and do it. Let me just grab my, where is he, the rascal? It's not that one. It's not that one. What have I done with the... Oh, is it... okay. Big stretch. Where are we? It's not that one. It's that one just there, which is the little dangly thing just here, I believe. That's his belt buckle, which just goes on there like that, which is cool. You know, it's not too much. I don't mind all the little gubbins and things like that they have. It is very cool looking. I don't know whether we can get that attached now. We might be able to actually. Let's have a quick look. I think like with it, and I've always tried that, like it doesn't take much to make a miniature look really, really unique. Like we all know Pete the Wargamer, he does some insane stuff. But they're total conversions. They're wild. Sometimes it's just changing the placement of like the way the head's looking can completely change the flavour of a miniature. And I think that's what I'm really like enamored with, is how little work can we do to make the biggest change. And there we have it. The only thing I will say about that head, and it's the same problem I've had for a while, is it looks quite big on that body. So can we see that? Like, does that look in proportion to you guys, or should we have a look at another head? Let's see. Let's just grab another for the sake of having. Hang on just a mo, shall we? Right. Wait. We won't put the. I don't know. We could do a Deathwing Knight helmet, or should we save that for the Deathwing Knight guy? If that's the case, that could be quite cool actually. I want them all to look quite radically different. I think that's going to be, you know, should we go with the old knightly kind of esque thing on it? Let's have a quick look. I really need a better way to organise my sprues, because I'm constantly picking up the same ones because I've already it's got to be in here somewhere. Right, okay. So what about this one here with the Knight Cross? I thought the Lion Guard are the Astra military units that have joined the Lion, or are they a part of the Lion? I'll be honest with you, I couldn't answer that question. But I did use a normal big shield, but smoothed up the flat. See, that's what I was kind of looking at. Did I want to? But I think I might save that for the Ravenwing guy, because I've got some lovely flat bits off the Ravenwing sprue. And obviously I want to give each one of them their own individual flavour. we don't do the Traitor Guards. We don't do law here, and we don't do law accurate here. We do building because it looks cool, and that's how it is. Let's have a quick look at this head, and let's see if how this looks. Instead, if we just take his winged helmet off, which is a shame. I kind of had my heart set on these, but now he's on there, I don't know, it just looks a little bit big, like slightly out of proportion. See if we put that head on. See, what about that? Can we all... What about that instead? No, they are. Yeah, they're Archie's Forge. I said really, really cool bits, but I think I just want to have a quick look at something, because where have I put it? Let me just grab the helmets that should be used, and let's have a super quick look, because to me they look a little bit big, and I don't know, it's just not sitting right with me. So if we look, oh yeah, wow, they're a lot bigger. Okay, I don't know whether, let me unclip one of these, hang on, and I will show you what I mean. If we line it up with the bottom, it looks okay. But if we look at it sideways, this head here is a lot bigger, and I think it's because of the way the wings are on. I don't know whether you can see that just there. Just almost like the shape of it. I don't know actually. Is it... What about the bits at the back? See, they look... The strips the same size, but it seems to... See how it comes forward more? I'm not too sure now. I think it's just a touch bigger, the Archie's Forge one. I'm not sure. Is it me just being a little bit pedantic? Let's... oh God, now I don't know, because that looks kind of cool as well, doesn't it? With his sword arm. Well, see, that's the other thing and all, is I don't have many of these. Should I be saving them for a special occasion? I think I'm going to leave that as is for the minute. I wonder if this would be better on something bigger, like a... the Angels of Redemption. I've actually got, or I had up here, one of them ready to paint, and I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, hang on. There's his arms. So the body can't be far. Oh God, what have I done with... Oh, it might be in my bits pot here. Okay, I think I'm going to stick to the hooded one on this one. I think that looks a bit more, what should I say, comfortable. They're on the way. Have you received any yet? Big sets or small? I like the wing helmets, Captain. Etsy has some nice sets. They're on a set. I haven't looked yet. I got to admit, I've been quite busy with work. See, I was on, was it Saturday? I popped on for a live. It was actually my wife's birthday yesterday, so I did take the day off to spend it with her. We just stayed at home. We've got a lovely open fire here, so we just had a bit of an open fire, read our books, and just had a bit of a chilled day, which was really, really nice. Obviously, back at work today, it was catching up with work that wasn't done on Monday. Hopefully, as the week goes on, it will get a little bit quieter, and I can kind of pinch a bit of time here and there to have a look. If you've got any recommendations for bits on Etsy, please do let me know. Just send them to me. Like, that's really appreciated. It also saves me the time of looking. It is a little bit difficult sometimes to get time in the evening, especially with two young girls, to just kind of like pop off and, you know, sit in a camera and kind of shirk your responsibilities for an hour and a half. Other models, why are you implying that there's another range out there but Dark Angels? No, I will, absolutely. I've got I did start a little Trogoth Age of Sigmar project, which I really did enjoy doing. I've got some kill teams that I need to finish. I've got the Blooded, I've got the Gellerpox Infected still in the box that my wife bought me for Christmas about 2 years ago. And I've also got some Accursed Cultists. Oh, you mean the wife? Oh, well, it depends how good the dinner is. That yes, absolutely. We've been together for a very long time. A cup of tea and reading a book is fine. Thank you very much. Feels like what you have there is front cover Dark Age. That's really kind of you to say. Again, we haven't done much. All we did was pin a shield to an arm, head swap, pick an arm, pick the pose in, and a shoulder pad, and that's it. That's you know, sometimes that is really all you need, and that's what I do try and, you know, encourage in my videos. So there we go. I'm going to say that is the Dark Angels guy done. We're there. That's number 1 done. I think what I will do is tomorrow my girls have dance, so Wednesdays are completely a write-off. Thursday, I think what I might do is Friday evening, let's come back and let's do number 2, whether it be the Deathwing or the Ravenwing guy. So if I said about 7-8 o'clock on Friday, or Thursday, I'll have to let you guys know. I'll put up a community post as early as I can, whereas I know what I'm doing, and we'll come back and we'll spend another hour with each other, and we'll have a good chat, a good rabble, and we'll do the next one, shall we? I think that's probably the best way for it. But what I'll do is after this, I'll put up some pictures on my YouTube channel, on my community tab, of the guy that we did today. I'll put him on the little spinny thing, and I'll do a little YouTube short and I'll post it to my channel either today or tomorrow as well, so we can have a look at him. And yeah, let's come back on Friday and let's do another one. I always feel quite energized after lives. It's good, isn't it? I find that there's something about the chat kind of giving you advice and little tips and what they like, and you kind of consider stuff that maybe I wouldn't consider if I was on my own, which is really good. So I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that has kind of put input in and, you know, offered help and advice today and tips. Like, it is really appreciated. Again, I said this the other day, I think sometimes look at you, go, because you're on YouTube and you post YouTube videos, you obviously know a lot. That's not the case at all in the slightest. I'm just, you know, I will always consider myself an average hobbyist. I enjoy it just like everyone else. I get excited about stuff. I get disappointed with stuff. And it's just, you know, I just generally like doing this. It's good. It's nice to chat to people. It's nice to kind of, you know, get these recommendations and see stuff like that. Like, I've got some, I never knew about the transfers today. Sam, thanks again for that. Alex, again, really kind of you to make a donation. And also any Etsy links that you've got, send them to me, my man. Absolutely. Please do. I'd love to see. It's always a pleasure to spend time. And I always like to say thank you to the chat. It's a pleasure that you've taken time out of your day to spend it with me. It's not the other way around. It's you've taken your time. You know, I was going to do this whether one person watched or no people watched. So the fact that, you know, you've all spent the kind of hour and a half with me, it's a privilege. Thank you very much. It's very kind. I often say, and I always do, best community that I've got are the people that I built around me, and I do say that my community is one of the best out there. So again, thank you, chat. Give yourself a round of applause and a big pat on the back for sticking with it. Really appreciate it. Put my brain to the think tank about the decals. Nice team, like the flow, no fuss. Always a pleasure. And hey, it's the part of yapping and just doing stuff. If you're drinking, you're not finishing your beer. So absolutely, good work, Gag. That's for you guys. Chat's earned it, and I absolutely love it. But look, I am going to leave it there. I'm going to go walk my little sausage dog. He hates the rain, but he desperately needs to go out. He won't go out in the rain, and I think it stopped raining. I've got a window kind of just there, and although it looks wet, it doesn't look like it's raining. So I need that dog to go out and do a poo for me. If you've just joined us, this is where we are with things. So I am going to kind of end the stream there, as it is 8:45 as well. And you know what? I've not had any dinner today. Nothing. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do that. I actually learnt to make sushi and stuff. So I've actually got some sushi rice on the go. I recently did some inari sushi pockets, which is really, really nice. But I think I'm going to do some big tempura futamaki, eat some fish, go to bed. So I think that's what we're going to do. Either Thursday or Friday this week, which will be the 2nd, the 3rd, or the 4th. I'll let you know. Stay tuned for a community post. Do look out for it. Thanks again for everyone for... I've got a little hot dog. Thank you very much. Again, I am going to go now. I will see you all next time. Thanks again, you lot. Oh, I love you guys. I'll see you all next time. God bless and take care.